Continue to feel the energy within your body, the vibration moving through your body, the light moving through your body. Feel yourself alive in this higher vibration of the fourth dimension and higher. And I am Saint Germain. I come to be with you at this time as all of you are now operating not in the third dimensional illusion anymore. Yes, occasionally you find yourselves there. Whenever those times come up where you feel like you are lost, when you feel like you cannot go on, those times that come on, that is the old programming seeping back in. But I say seeping back in because you have moved beyond it. You are all in the fourth dimension now. You must understand that. In a sense, you have graduated. You have moved out of that third dimensional illusion. The veil has been dropped. But only if you believe it, only if you know it to be. And if you do believe it, and if you do know it to be, you are firmly ensconced within the fourth dimension now and moving on toward the fifth. And there are those times when you find yourselves in the fifth dimension, in that fifth dimensional higher consciousness expression, when you feel the bliss, when you feel the connection to nature, when you touch water and you feel the consciousness within the water, when you touch a tree and feel the consciousness and the aliveness within that tree, may that it even will talk to you, speak to you, share with you its wisdom. It is all there for you if you just open up, open your eyes, open your third eye, which then opens your physical eyes as well to the beyond here. And it is all open to you now if you allow it to be. But it is up to each and every one of you to remember who you are and why you are here. These are the times, my friends, that you came here to be. You came here to be, to follow about, to go about your Father's mission, your higher God self's mission, your Father, Mother. It is all there for you, all there for the taking, if you allow it to be. Just let yourselves go and be yourselves. Wherever you find yourself in any situation, let yourself be who you are if the situation calls for it. And do not shy away. Do not become passive. You did not come here to be passive. You did not come here to be one of the many followers. You came here to be a leader of men, a leader of women. You came here to spread the light, share the light, to be the light, to be the shining light that others can look up to and look to for help. And when they look to you for help, you will help guide them to their higher God self. Even if you do not do it knowingly or they do not go knowingly, but it will open up that avenue of expression that gives them their higher God self and begins to connect to them. And they begin to ask those questions that you have all asked before. What am I doing here? What is this all about? Who am I? And when you begin to ask those questions, just as you all have some time ago, then the full awakening begins within you. And once that full awakening begins, as you know, there is no going back. Would you go back yourselves? Would you go back to that ignorant state, to that state where you do not know the truth, where you are unsure of who you are? Would you go back if you could? No, you wouldn't. There is not a one of you that would go back to that, because you have all seen the light, you have all felt the light, you have all realized that you are the light. So let yourselves go, let yourselves be, and continue to enjoy the journey along the way. because it is a long journey. It has been a long time coming to this point, and it will be a long time going after this. For there is no end, just as there was never a beginning. You have always been, always will be, and certainly are now in this moment. So appreciate this moment. Appreciate it for what it is. And certainly see the beauty in everything. See the truth in everything. See the light. Feel the light in everything. And when you do that, it opens up the expression to others around you. And your vibration begins to attract them to you. Just as their higher vibration attracts you to them. Like attracts like. It is all an attraction process. And the entire ascension process is all about attraction. It is all about higher consciousness attraction. And that is why you do not feel comfortable in situations that are of low vibration. Just as those that are of low vibration do not feel comfortable in those areas of high vibration. So that is the separating that is going on, the separating of the wheat from the chaff. And that is going to continue on for a bit yet. But there will be an explosion of truth coming forward here now. And it will open up the light to many across the planet that have been still held back within the darkness within themselves. The misunderstanding, the mistrust, all of that is going to go away as more and more people become awakened and realize who they are and what they are here for, just as you all have. The great awakening is upon you right now in this moment. So get ready. Get ready for the great changeover that is strongly developing now within the background, but coming forward more and more now into the light. I am Saint Germain, and I leave you now in peace and love, and that the violet flame and the great white light within you continues to expand and grow to immense proportions beyond you, so that when anyone ever sees you, that even before they see you, they will feel your light. They will feel your higher vibration, and it will begin to attract them to you, and you to them. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om. Greetings to one who serves here, Shoshana here, and what a wonderful message from Saint Germain. And we are ready to simply move on now. We do not have direct message here. We will just simply take your questions if you have them. We are ready for that, and you can unmute your phones if you have a question here.
Hi, Ron. Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. As I understand it, until a soul has come down to the third dimensional plane and has experienced and owned all the lessons here, one has not as yet graduated as a full-fledged master of life. Would you be so kind as to explain to us the triad of gods called Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and what they represent to us in the scheme of things, their positions or jobs, so to speak, and have they as yet had the 3D learning experience?
Rather than go in that direction, we will speak in terms of more of what your culture, your society can fully more understand. For that is a very deep topic that you are asking about. And it goes into much in terms of history and all of that, which you can look up for yourselves here. But we will tell you that There is a great expression that is developing now across the entire planet. A wonderful expression of light and love and truth spreading out in every direction. And the dark forces that are still here are dwindling more and more and more. You have begun to hear of this and will continue to hear more and more of this as the mass arrests, the great arrests continue to move on, because those of the dark forces have been given many opportunities to turn to the light. And they still have opportunity to turn to the light along the way if they wish. That is up to them. But it is a fleeting opportunity for many of them because they are not attempting to do so. They are holding on and holding on and holding on. So the expression of those that are assisting, and those ones you spoke of here have been of assistance here in terms of your mythology and all of this that has held is a certain amount of programming here on the planet, and that is changing here rapidly with the advent of the violet flame. The violet flame is not simply just a simple visualization that you do and make it up out of nowhere. It is something that is real. And the reality of the violet flame will reach an immense amount of people in the times ahead here, more and more. Not that they will know about the violet flame specifically as you do, but they will feel its attraction, they will feel its connection, and they will certainly feel the purging that it brings to all of the old programming that is let go of more and more here. We will turn this over to Shoshana if she wishes to address this further.
We wish to ask this one a more specific question. Please rename the entities that you wish to know about.
Well, there's a triad of entities named Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. You know, the destroyer, the creator, and the other, that's another one. But Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva.
And what did you wish to know about this triad, these powerful beings?
I want to know what level are they? Are they from the causal plane down below, or what are they? They're like a triad of gods that are part of our inner creation, but they're kind of like intermediate gods. I mean,
We wish to ask what exactly it is that you wish to know about them, the plane from which they reside, or their power over humans, or what is specific that you wish to know?
I think this one has lost his connection here.
Then we will move on. Namaste.
Have we lost the full connection here?
No, we can hear you.
Very good, very good. So would there be any further questions here?
I have one. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I am driving, so you might lose me, but when James was doing the sounds of the chakras earlier, I'm not sure if it's just my phone or not, but it seemed like when the sounds came on, the audio dropped for me. So I heard pretty much none of the sounds. Did that happen to everyone else?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Okay.
I felt it was intentionally cut off. I mean, it went completely silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back.
So I guess the question is, are we being messed with? Do we need to do something better about putting up better protection around our calls to prevent electronic harassment?
We're going to have to look into this here and see what is occurring here. It would seem that there is a certain blockage here, that it is not so much of those ones of the dark forces here that are attempting to hold this off, but it is portions within yourself, that shadow part of yourself that may be holding back on these vibrations that can be brought about here. In terms of your ego self, not wanting to let go of its power within you, see, its control within you. That is what we would surmise here at this point. Maybe, Shoshana, do you have other perspective here, perhaps?
We do not.
Very good.
So do you think that if some people heard everything then, and then just some people, like you say, were somehow blocked to the vibration? Are there people here who heard it all?
I myself heard most of it, but there were some that were kind of, it was lost a little bit, but I had done the sounds before, so I knew which ones they were. So, yeah.
I heard them,
yes,
a couple
please.
of them. Yeah, sorry.
You have to understand that these are ancient language here that was given here in terms of the Lemurian spoken language as a part of connecting with these chakra centers. So it is something that needs to be further, what you term, looked into here, we would say.
We would suggest to listen to the recording. And they will be.
Right.
Very good.
Did I say something?
Yeah.
I never heard the answer. Shoshana was about to speak to me, and I never heard the answer because I was cut off.
Dear brother, we lost the connection. We could not hear you. We would ask that, can you hear us?
I can hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Yes. So we will pose a question here. We asked, what do you wish to know about this triad, specifically as it relates to the human race and to your life?
Yeah, I wanted to know what level they come from, where they hang out. Is it the above the mental plane, or below the causal plane, or somewhere? I'd just like to know what is their meaning. I mean, they're part of our inner creation. They're like a triad of our personal creation, which is, we have the universe within us, so we're creators of everything. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what plane are they coming from. Where do they? What is their purpose? In a few words.
We will share here. May we share?
Yes, please.
These creator gods are part of the creation that man created to understand the power that the human has in terms of divinity. We are all the destroyers. We are all the creators. We have all of these attributes within us, and those that named this triad were externally expressing what they had internally within them, you see. So
I agree.
they are, we're sorry?
I said, oh yes, I agree. Yes.
Yes. And we believe that you are in complete understanding of this. and that they are an expression of us, you see. And in terms of what plane they reside on, they choose to reside on whatever plane they wish to reside on based on what the human gives them as their power. You may give this power away, as many have, which in turn leaves you without any control over yourself. And that is the embodiment of these gods, that the beings that gave these attributes to these creator gods gave their power away, you see.
Yes.
Does this make sense to you, dear brother?
Oh, it does. It does. Great. It clears up some things. Thank you very much.
Yes, namaste.
We would add here one more thing, that this is very similar to what you hear in the Western world in terms of your Christianity and the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, this type of thing. And it is all part of the same thing here.
Who gives the
So
power?
like archetypes almost, sort of like archetypes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
dear brother, may we add here?
Oh, yes, please.
All the archetypes are within each being, you see.
Yes.
And within each lifetime, the archetype or the multiple archetypes that are the strongest within that being are the ones that they are living out, you see, and attempting to balance in a more positive, divine way, you see. So it is
Very good.
all
Cool.
archetypes. Namaste.
Thank you. Cheers.
Very good. Would there be any other questions here?
I have a question.
Here.
Yes.
Go ahead, sister.
Sorry, I just wondered if where we are now, do you see another lockdown coming for the world?
We hesitate to answer this question directly because it would be in a way of interfering here. But we can say that there is potential for this, but potential for not this as well. So at this point, it is very difficult to say one way or the other how these things will continue to move on. But know that the light is certainly not just winning, but has already won. It is already a foregone conclusion that all that you have been hearing about and reading about, and with the exception of various misinformation that has been thrown in there purposefully, but everything is going to come forward here and come to the surface here. From all that is happening behind the scenes, below the surface, is now going to come to the surface in truth and light, coming forward everywhere. Okay?
We will share. We will share here. May we share, dear sister?
Yes, please.
Dear sister, the evil cabals of your world are losing. They are losing power every single day, you see. That is what you must focus on, is the idea that they are losing power, that they are not powerful over anyone anymore, and they are attempting in every way to grab the power back, you see, threatening lockdowns, threatening illness, threatening borders, threatening travel. This is all they have left. And the people are rising up everywhere on the globe. Everywhere people are rising up and saying no more. So we will give you a little advice. Do not go quietly into the night. Do not be polite. Stand your ground, dear sister, and do all that you can to resist these ideas that you are enslaved, because you are not, you see. So the mere idea that an individual is wondering, will there be lockdowns, is the idea that fear has come upon many once again, and you must resist this and do not comply with this, you see. In your country, dear one, it is more and more apparent that the one that rules you is the height of evil, is the evil one, and there are others coming to your rescue that know this and will push him aside. We are not allowed to give predictions, but we will tell you that freedom, and we hope that we are not amassing karma here, but your freedom is very close to you now. All is well and all will be free. Namaste.
Very good.
Thank you.
There was no one more question we would take?
Yes, please. This is Catherine. So my question is, what is the representation of a snake? There was a snake that appeared in my house in the back porch yesterday and reappeared earlier today. And so it's just like it showed up, and I gathered it up and put it back outside. So I would like to know your perspective on what is the representation of snake. Now, this is just a garden snake, not a rattlesnake. So thank you.
Rather than we sharing our perspective, what is your perspective? What do you believe is occurring there?
Well, in the indigenous cultures, it's different, varies from each one. But it has to do, from what I recall in my part of my journey with the indigenous cultures as a pipe carrier, that it has to do with either transformation, transfiguration, or one of those four. And I don't have that information available for me any longer because I gave the books away. So that's why I was asking for clarification, please.
But have you asked within yourself?
No.
See? That is what you need to do first here. And then, once you have asked within yourself and received the message here, then you can look for confirmation if you wish. But start there first. Ask within.
We will share.
Yes.
May we share, dear sister?
Absolutely.
Dear sister, we believe that you already have the answer. We believe that you know, that you have an idea of what this means for you. Is that not true?
Yes, and the fact that it took place in a certain portion of my house seems to be relevant as well, because it showed up in the area where I do my laundry.
And because you have a very strong idea of what this means for you, what do you wish from us? Do you wish for us to interpret it differently, as we believe sincerely that you are clear about this?
Well, I am a human being, and I do experience uncertainty, and so that's why I thought I would reach out. And I would enjoy a different perspective, because then it give me more, possibly give me more prompting to actually seek deeper.
We will share further, dear sister. May we share?
Yes, please, honey.
Yes. This little garden snake is an indication of your power, of your strength, of your ability to overcome your fears. You have proven that this little garden snake that showed up in your home, that it would not be that thing that frightened you, that took over your life, this is a purveyor. This is an indication of your movement forward, dear one, that you are moving forward and that your fear is going up in smoke. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Namaste.
Very good. Then we are done for the time, and we'll release channels. Shoshana, do you have anything you wish to?
We will say to all to listen clearly to your higher selves, to that small whisper that gives you the wisdom, that gives you the understanding of all that occurs in your life. As you, each and every one of you, are the wisdom, are the power, are the truth of your own being. And that when we give information, it is already within you. It is already known within you. You are just listening to your heart, and it is resonating with you because you already know, you see. So please, in all ways and always, trust yourself and listen to the highest part of you, and all will be well. Namaste.
Very good. And we reiterate here, to thine own self be true. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
Be the one. Namaste. Hey, Catherine?
Yes.
What is the reference to going up in smoke